look at this woman. When David heard in the wilderness that Nabal was shearing his sheep, David sent 10 young men, and David said to the young men, go to Nabal, greet him in my name, and you shall say to him who lives in prosperity, peace be to you. Now I have heard that you have shearers. Your shepherds were with us. We did not hurt them, nor was there anything missing from them all the while. Ask your young men that they will tell you. Therefore, let my young men find favor in your eyes, for we have come on a feast day. Please give us whatever comes to your hand and to your son David. David was asking a genuine question, a genuine request. Whatever you can give us, we've protected you in the past. If Nabal could answer David in such a way, that means that's the way he's been treating the wife. Yes, that's the way he's been treating the wife. Nabal answered David's servants and said, who is David? Who is the son of Jesse? There are many servants nowadays who break away from their master. Shall I then take my bread and my water and my meat? So a toxic marriage will eventually impact on one's health. That's just the truth. And increasingly, people are conscious of this. A toxic marriage would eventually impact on one's mental health. So I want to believe that Abigail must have gone through terrible times in the hands of this man. So what did Abigail do? You know the story. David was coming to kill everybody because the man was rude. All the men who are arrogant and rude and behave as if because they have money, she never had money. Because they have money, they can do anything. It's dangerous. Let's mentor our sons well. We shouldn't join camp with our sons against their wives. Let's speak well and groom better husbands. And if you have already entered this boat, how do you survive? Look at the strategy of Abigail. Immediately, Abigail heard what her husband had done. The first thing she did was to gather all she can to salvage the situation. And the Bible says she did not even tell her husband. If you are in a toxic marriage, you cannot be 100% open with that man. Write it down. If Abigail had told Nabal, I'm going to beg David, he would not have allowed her. So the first thing you're going to note was Abigail took a risky initiative. If you want to last in that marriage, you must take risky initiatives. Because that person that you're already on that journey with is only divine intervention that can change him or change her. And this is not a matter of I'm supposed to tell my husband everything. If she had told him, she wouldn't have gone. And David would have come to kill everybody. If you want to survive, you have to follow God. Because all those theories will not work in this particular marriage. A toxic marriage, the principles that work in a normal marriage will not work in a toxic marriage. That's just the truth. So, she took a risky initiative and she decided to go to David to resolve a sticky situation. You may need to resolve a lot of stuff. If you're in a toxic marriage. And it may be issues that have to do with your stand. You don't have anything to your name. You don't have any money. You don't have anywhere. You don't have any friend. You have been isolated and you think you're safe. You're not safe. You are not safe. Read my lips. You can't trust that person. You're already in a boat with the wrong partner. It's only divine intervention. So if you are applying the rules that apply to a normal marriage, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. So she took a risky initiative. Number 2, emotional security. Abigail demonstrated inward security in her identity. See, if you're in a toxic marriage, watch this. You get to a point where you know you do not have emotional support in that marriage. One of our members told me something. She was in a very toxic marriage. She said, Apostle, you know that if I fall sick now, this man will not take care of me. She told me, yeah. He said, that's why I walk out. Because I know if I'm sick, he will not take care of me. He said, I know. It has happened many times. He will not even look at me, not to talk about taking me to the hospital. You better know which boat you have entered and just take care of yourself. Because we don't get a lot of these messages. And it can even be a man too. You know your wife is a toxic marriage you're in. It's not a normal marriage. So normal principles apply to normal marriages. Toxic marriages, you have to survive. Emotional security. Abigail demonstrated inward security in her identity. Glory be to Jesus. I'm sharing tips for those in toxic marriages. Survival tips. Now you are praying. You are praying. You want God to change the person. but you have to survive first. Like Abigail, she survived that marriage because she demonstrated emotional security. So she was strong enough to take a decision. She saddled the ass. She had a relationship with her people. She had built a relationship outside the land. Yeah, she had built a relationship with her maids and everything, that they would come and tell her, see what daddy's doing. Oh, see what daddy is doing. Nancy, you can't do that in this situation. I know that's a good thing. Next, genuine humility. Abigail submitted to David by falling at his feet and seeking his favor. This was a humble woman in a bad marriage. This was a humble woman in a bad marriage. And there can be a nice man in a bad marriage. So if you don't, a lot of things will be destroyed and it can lead to death. So you're asking, why doesn't she just leave? So I'll get to this. Some people, hey, you're in a toxic mind, why don't you just leave? Yeah, some people can leave. Some people are able to leave. But some people don't want to leave. Some people cannot leave. Either they are not financially stable or they just want things to be better. Not really that they're looking for anything. So why is it that women don't leave or people don't leave, especially women? I'll tell you, this is it. A woman values something more than love. Are you with me? A woman values her security, her positional security. Let me put it that way, if there's such a word. Her positional security more than love. So that's why a woman will not mind, oh, let him carry his wallet and go. Let me just be secured here with my children. We have a home. We have the privileges of being, the family. Anything he likes and do. So she doesn't have the love of the man, but she has a positional security. She doesn't want to trade that. Number one, because it took her time to get there. It took her time to get that positional security. It took time of struggling with the man for them to build the family, build a home. And so she doesn't want to just lose that and go and start all over again. So that's why some women don't want to leave. So there's a particular person that I know, they're high up. The man has children outside, but the wife refused to leave because that positional security has given her a leverage and she's enjoying the benefits of that leverage. She doesn't want to lose it. Another woman said that she doesn't have the money. Yeah, she doesn't have the money to leave. The man's well-being and wealth gives them a kind of lifestyle that she will not be able to afford if she goes on her own. Because she has served the man with her life. She didn't build herself for many years. Where is she going to start from at age 55?